some danger for the Crush in the top of the first, but they didn't let up any runs, and now get a chance to put some on of their own. But Austin, it's coming against one of the premier pitchers in this league, Nick Balcom.
Now the Salt Cats ace, we can officially say that with Gavin Black making his first start on the Cape tonight. And he's been great. Last time out, wasn't his best outing. Only 3 innings against Sherrill in the 10-3 win, but he did a good job and had a lot of base runners on, overcame adversity. That's what an ace does. You dig yourself a hole, you got to find a way to get out of it. And that's what Nick did, and then handed it off to Jared Reminder, who did the rest. So it's a recipe for success. Reminder starting game 2, so I can't imagine we'll be seeing him in game 1 at all. So the formula going to be a bit different, but starting with Balcom, you always give yourself the best chance to win a ball game. And you got to hope for more of the same. You can have less base runners on, then you can probably go longer. Got to watch that pitch count, but he should be good. I know he pitched in the prospect game, which is why he was on a bit of a pitch count in his previous starts. But today, got to be himself and got to give the Salt Cats length. Yes, it's only a 7-inning game, but it feels like you still got to give him at least 4 or 5 innings.
Balcom, unfortunately, though, has to start off facing the top hitter in the league over the last week, Evan O'Rourke. He was the NYCBL Player of the Week. He's been batting over 600 in the last 7 days. He has been simply phenomenal. On deck, Ty Clifton and Jake Freed in the hole here in the bottom of the first. Balcom winds up, and the first pitch swung on into right field and snagged by the first baseman, Ryan Gonzalez, who is running down the first baseline. So one pitch, and you get out one of the best hitters in this league, Austin.
Well, we've seen a lot of opponents lately, specifically the Spartans, first pitch swinging against the Salt Cats. They clearly have a plan to attack, and I'll work on to that. A good play from Gonzalez, knows his place well, but I got to backtrack. You know that bullpen juts out, but he wasn't near that. And good job getting that first out.
That brings up Ty Clifton, the second baseman, who takes a strike on the outer half to get this going. So as I mentioned, Gonzalez playing first, Caden Gaskin at second, Chris Holcraft at short, and Aaron Sisto playing third base. Second pitch to Clifton swung on and lined to short. Holcraft puts him out. Balcom, more of a strikeout pitcher, but pitching to contact and working very early.
In order to get strikeouts, you need first pitch strikes, and the Crush and that bat is going to be donated to somebody because that's broken, and Clifton knows it. But weak contact works as well, just as well as a strikeout, and low pitch counts is the best thing you could ask for if you're Mike Martinez, knowing that the bullpen lately, when you give up 36 runs in 3 games, there are going to be a lot of guys that are going to have to pitch, so could love length.
Second lefty in a row for Balcom, the right-handed pitcher to deal with, Jake Freed. Tosses another strike over the plate that Freed didn't want, so no one advantage early. Winds up for the 0-1, fires it off speed, and that's high. That evens the count at 1 apiece. Finishing up the outfield, Shane Williams in left, Matt Rinaldi, as always, in center, and Jared Reifogel playing right field. 1-1 pitch, another called strike on the outer half. Freed didn't like that call. Has to deal with it nonetheless. 1 strike more, and this inning is over. Off speed into the dirt. A low ball that Freed was patient on evens the count at 2-2. Balcom winds up again, fires, and this time Freed ricochets it back into the backstop. Stays alive with a 2-2 count here.
I got a piece of Connor Riley. Last thing the Salt Cats could use another catcher getting banged up, but it looks like he's okay. Kind of just took it off the mask. Umpire, courtesy walk, bringing the next baseball out to Balcom.
Jake Caruso currently out with an injury that he suffered a few days ago. Connor Riley has missed time with an injury this year. I think Jonathan Gonzalez is the only catcher that hasn't been hurt at all. Ball up and away on the 2-2. Freed now facing a full count.
0-2 to 3-2 here. This is something Balcom we've seen before. Got to finish a guy.
The payoff pitch. That one's low, bounces just behind the plate. Ball 4 sends Freed to first, the first base runner for Cortland. And so the cleanup hitter, Sean Moynihan, stepping up to the plate. Seen him in several facets this year, Austin.
He's kind of the do-it-all guy. Cortland feels like they bring in a bunch of guys who hit for average. They'll play everywhere in the field. They'll do whatever asked.
Balcom checks first. A short lead by Freed, so he fires home off speed and high. A quick 1-0 advantage for Moynihan. We were talking to the play-by-play broadcaster for the Crush before the game, Andrew Klein, and he said this team recruits guys with speed, guys that can do anything, gadget players, like you were saying, as another ball is tossed from Balcom. 2-0 count. Pickoff attempt to first, and Freed well safe, though he did have to slide in. Balcom returning his attention to the plate. Just a short glance at first this time before he winds up, fires low and away. A 3-0 count now. That's 4 straight balls from Balcom. Moynihan ready for the 3-0. He swings on it. A high fly ball into right field. And that's snagged by the second baseman, Caden Gaskin. A 3-0 swing ends the first inning. And it's still tied at 0-0. More action on the NYCBL Digital Network coming up shortly.